Fujikane. I am from Kaneohe, 46-318 Haiku Road. I'm an English professor at the University of Hawaii, and I teach courses in literature and land struggle. I'm here to oppose the rezoning of agricultural land for industrial use. And I have maps here because I'm concerned about Tropic Land's agricultural feasibility report, which characterizes the land as being unproductive. And that's only if you look at the lands as being unirrigated. Once you classify the land, once you irrigate the lands, it actually becomes very farmable, like the same classification of land that Ma'o Farms is actually on. So I don't know how to do this, but
you pick that up.
Okay, so I have two maps here because the petition area actually takes up 2 pages of the Land Study Bureau's detailed land classification of Hawaii. Detailed land classification island of Oahu. And this was published in 1971 and 1972. So this is actually it's the same parcel, it's just that the information is spread out over 2 pages. So this is page 159 and this is page 160. But maybe I'll just use this one, which has the same information, to show that according to their feasibility report, they say that 80% of the land is classified as E-land. So in the Land Study Bureau classification, A would be the lands of the highest productivity and E would be the lands of the lowest productivity. So they're saying 80% of the lands are classified as E-lands. But if irrigated, E63 lands becomes B63I land. And again, Ma'o Farms is located on lands that are classified as B63I lands. If you look at these E63 lands and irrigate them, then 2/3 of the parcel, 66%, becomes Class B lands, the second highest productivity classification. So I think in this map, see here, this B62 would be Mr. Araki's farm, the 17 acres that he farmed from 1955 to the early 1980s. And you can see other parcels in this area also have that classification B62I, irrigated. Lands that are irrigated become B lands. Okay, so 2/3 of the petition area becomes B lands if irrigated. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that Mr. Araki he farmed that land for 30 years. 30 years of farming does not speak of unsustainability. And I think what's very important is that he did not leave the land because he couldn't farm it. He left the land because McCandless raised the rent and was going to take a 10% cut of his crop yield. I think that's very significant. I think that what Mr. Raki's farm illustrates is a commitment to farming that we see in farms throughout that valley. There are several farms in this petition site area, and the farmers there all speak of that tremendous commitment to farming, and I'm hoping that the Land Use Commission will support that kind of commitment. I don't know if there's other information. The other thing is that I'm not a soil scientist, but I did consult one at the University of Hawaii. I spoke with Professor Jonathan Dimick from the Department of Tropic Land and Soil Sciences, and I asked him
30 seconds.
I asked him to confirm whether the information that I have here is correct, and he says yes, it is correct. And he's also submitting his own statement on the productivity of the Lualualei soil series, and he's arguing against rezoning the land. I went through so fast because I was thinking I only had 3 minutes. Let's see. I guess that would be it. I think to reiterate what other people have said, I think Tropic Lands is trying to argue that no one would be interested in farming this land, but as others have mentioned, Ma'o Farms has a youth leadership program. They're cultivating farmers who will need land to farm, and I think that we need to keep that possibility open for them. Thank you.
Fujikane, the 3-page
Yes.
exhibit you gave us, we'll make that part of the record, all right?
Okay, great.
And just so the record reflects the demonstrative evidence you're using is page 1, is that correct?
Yes,
Diagram.
page 1. This one is page 2. And the map with Ma'o Farms and the land classification for Ma'o Farms is page 3. The overall productivity rating is page 3 for Ma'o Farms. It's on B63 island and A100 island.
We'll definitely make that part of the record. And let's see if the parties have any questions for you.
I have some questions, but I'd like to see that handout that she...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Party, you know. No, we've been going about an hour. Why don't we give the court reporter a 5-minute break to give you time to review the document. Take a short recess.
Successful, but he didn't go to school too much to learn about the farming, so I think other people have spoken to the importance of education, how to farm. He didn't know how to, but he wanted to. And this was in Upcountry Mountain.
Okay. You've also testified that if irrigated, the land that's rated E might become rated B, correct?
Yes.
Do you know if irrigation water is available to the property?
Well, Tropic Land has proposed using, I think actually their feasibility report, the proposal is a little confusing. I'm not exactly sure how much water they're proposing to use, but it's like at one point it's 22,000 gallons of potable water, 22,000 gallons of non-potable water per day. But at the same time, there's also another number, about 65,000 gallons per day for peak period. So I'm not exactly sure how much the Tropic Land is requesting water, and I think that same amount could be used for this parcel.
But you don't know if irrigation water is available to the property?
No, I don't.
And have you seen the property?
Yes, I have.
Do you know if the terrain is adequate or satisfactory for farming?
Well, if you take a look again at page 3, figure 3, if irrigated, do you see Ma'o Farms is on B63 island? There is a huge swath.
That's not the question I asked. I asked, do you know if the terrain of the property is suitable for farming?
Well, I'm saying that the same classified soil is suitable for farming in these parcels here. So the same classification, B63I, huge swaths of farmlands that are classified B63I.
You testified at one point that the Iraqis only farmed on a small portion of the property. Do you know why they didn't farm on the remainder of the property?
Well, they were farming 17 acres, which is 20% of that petition area. So it's not a small portion. And for farmers in Hawaii, generally they're running farms from 5 to 16 acres. So it also has to do with their leasing the land. I don't know the conditions of their lease. They're leasing the land from a canvas. I don't know the conditions of that. But 17 acres in Hawaii is quite a large farm, actually.
No further questions.
Questions from the parties? Commissioners?
My brother, love one another. It's plain to see. This land is here for you and me. Keep wine lands in wine hands, yeah. Keep wine lands in wine hands, yeah. On the road we go, far from life we stroll.